Do you know what makes a man see you as the one? What makes you effortlessly stand out amongst all the other women? And it's not about working harder, trying to do more, be better. And it definitely has nothing to do with trying to have more tips and tricks and strategies to get this guy to see you. In fact, it's actually the opposite, because when a true woman embodies her feminine radiance, her feminine essence, a masculine man can't help but be pulled in and crave more and more of this type of woman's energy. And the best part, sure, she can get the man, but the best part is she feels more alive, more fulfilled, more satisfied, more relaxed in her own body with the woman that she is. Ladies, if you are a sucker for these type of polarity topics, feminine, masculine energies, make sure to check out my free training. I go into the 3 blocks that successful women all have when they're trying to experience and draw in their heart's desires, the masculine type of love that they want. And so if you want to unlock that, unblock whatever path that's being closed off from the man that you want, check out my free training in the link below. So anyways, let's get started. Ladies, I had a video that I posted. You can check it out here. 8 reasons why masculine men adore feminine women. And one of you ladies had an awesome idea to make a video about the qualities or traits that masculine men love about feminine women. And I thought that was a great idea. So I didn't want this to be another generic video where I went and looked at other people's stuff and researched it and copied it. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to go straight into my own spirit and speak from my heart, speak about the transformation that I've experienced that have helped me become that woman that successfully drew in the love of my life. And of course, to anyone else listening, yes, I did check by my husband. I ran these ideas and wanted to see what he thought. So they are me approved and my husband approved, basically. So let's get started. So the first feminine trait masculine men adore is peace. When I asked my husband this question, the first thing that he said before he could even think of any other traits, he immediately said peace. He didn't even have to think about it. And I even asked my brother, and he said the same thing. That was one of the first things that he also said. So there seems to be some kind of consensus here. Ladies, here's a biological law when it comes to masculine, feminine polarity. Men don't need relationship the way women do, especially because women have babies, right? They are more vulnerable in that aspect. So because men don't need relationship, that means they choose who to commit to. They choose who to engage in a relationship. They basically choose if they want to marry you, right? And so if a man gets to choose commitment, he's going to pick a woman who adds to his life, who first brings peace. He does not want to marry someone or be with someone who, in the midst of his working day, in the midst of all the just like the world, he doesn't want to come home to someone who is in drama all the time, who is bringing conflicts and arguments immediately to the front door. A man who's building, who's in his purpose, in his mission, he wants to come home to peace. He wants to come home to a woman who is open to receive him immediately, energetically. And when a man finds a man who he feels that peace, where he can take off his armor, being the warrior that he is, take off his armor and be received by his woman, he will protect her at all cost. Trust me. Ladies, when I asked my husband about this question and he said peace, he reflected, he said, Yelena, do you understand? Like, I go out and I work and I don't have a problem grinding, doing what every other man has to do in this world. But what brings so much peace to my mind is knowing who I married and the type of woman and the type of home I come home to. Knowing that my woman is loyal, that she's peaceful, that she's patient, that she's devoted to me, that I have zero question or anxiety or anything in the back of my head lingering about her devotion and just what she brings into my life. He's like, that motivates me. That alone fuels me to continue to go to work. And I want to give you whatever it is that your heart desires just because of what you already bring into my life. Knowing the type of woman that I have, knowing that you are watching our baby at home, it is priceless having that peace in the midst of just the chaos of just living and working. He said, life is too short to come home to continue to try to solve problems because you're in constant conflicts and stressors. Why would you not want to spend the precious moments that God has given us with a woman that you actually can be with? So this is a woman who is grounded. She is in her power. She's not in fight, flight. She's not in that survival mode. Obviously, peace is not just about starting drama. Obviously, it's not about, you're not going to not have any kind of emotion, but it's how you embody emotions and still being able to stay regulated and being able to experience emotions, but also trust if something is coming up, you know how to come up to your man and talk to him, trusting that he will problem solve and speak to you and engage and connect in order to resolve whatever conflict or issues coming up, so that your relationship can continue to maintain peace. So if you are interested in being in that woman who stands out immediately, you have to be able to embody peace. Now here's the catcher, ladies. Here's the catch. You have to, like you're going to learn with every trait that I bring up, you have to embody this first. You have to have peace and safety within your nervous system first, which means there is a level of work that you have to do, nervous system work, to get in a state of regulation, flow, relaxation. Ladies, if you are interested in being that woman whose presence draws this man in, you can't skip the inner work. It's required because you can't fake peace. Okay, either you get into anxiety or anxiousness, or you're overthinking, or you're losing control, you're feeling anxious, or you're getting into the what ifs, or you have the power, a regulated, mature nervous system where you can come back, be at rest, problem solve however you need to, and continue to connect with your man and experience joy. Now, the second trait is presence. I want you to think of a queen, and I want you to imagine her being present while also carrying a certain level of presence. So being present means you are fully here. You are not connected, or you are not just lost and distracted in your head, over planning, over analyzing, overthinking every moment. You are fully here. This is a level of presence that obviously comes out only when a woman can be anchored and present in the moment. And women who are always planning, stuck in their head, problem solving, maybe they're just emotionally guarded, they exude energy of mental, emotional clutter, and men can feel that. That is way different than a woman, let's say, who shows up to a date and she's fully present, fully here. Presence is not just also about being in the moment, although that's amazing, but it's who you are when you walk into the room. Right? This is that level of energy and presence that you carry, where before you even need to say anything, there's a tone and energy that's being set, and people feel that. People will either gravitate towards that or feel overwhelmed and anxious. And ladies, I've said this many times in my videos, what you experience in your inner world or your nervous system is exactly what people experience on the outside. That's your inner world, is the world that they experience when they encounter you. And so tap into your body, even right now. Are you present? Are you busy? Are you distracted? Can you feel your body? What emotions are flooding over you? Let's go deeper into what presence means. This is a woman who is rooted deeply into her identity. She knows who she is. She doesn't have to prove herself. She has this quiet confidence, and that speaks for herself. She has a purpose. She speaks life. I mean, think about it. When her man is with her, whatever the man is saying or doing, she has this queen-like ability to magnify and inspire and speak life and multiply who he is as a man. That's actually the gift of the feminine. But she can only do that and benefit her whole household when she is able to naturally be connected to herself, her intuition, her warmth, and let that radiate out. So embodying your queen-like energy, that takes a lot of, again, nervous system work to get to a point where you are that present, that safe within yourself. Presence comes from doing the inner work to regulate your nervous system so that you can feel safe, connected to your body and your heart, where you don't have to scan for red flags anymore, when your nervous system isn't in this constant fight flight mode, where you are grounded, you are present, and you are just finally being. And when a man experiences a woman who is in her beingness, in her present energy, in her presence, trust me, she will be unforgettable to that man. Now let's go to the third trait. Masculine men love a woman who can embody pleasure. Let's dive into what this one is. This one's actually really fun. Obviously, masculine men, they have jobs, they work, they are thinking, they're building, they're planning, but they love coming home to a woman, or they love being with a woman who's alive, who's fun, who they can have a good time with. Someone who could be lighthearted, joyful, warm, open, who's not afraid to crack jokes, who's not afraid to be in the moment and just seize whatever opportunity, spontaneous experience comes her way. And when a woman is lit up, literally turned on by life, there is nothing more magnetic and sexier than a woman who literally lights up the entire room because she's lit up. So pleasure isn't just about intimacy or sexuality. It's so much more than that. Pleasure is when a woman is, it's her connection to how she experiences life with all of her 5 senses. And a woman who is that connected to life, to Eros. Okay, that is a woman who's exciting. She's vibrant. She's colorful. Masculine men are obviously attracted to these type of women who are alive. They're not just barely living, surviving, figuring things out. They're alive. They're not afraid to embody whatever experience, whatever pleasure, whatever feeling that they're experiencing in that moment. And when a woman is shut down, constantly in her head, disconnected from her heart, numbed out, afraid to just even show an expression, there's just no way that that's the woman that's going to be magnetic. There's no way. And let's go a little bit deeper with what pleasure feels like. When a woman is in her pleasure, she can be playful, right? And a man doesn't want a woman who's just always stuck in work mode and business mode and serious all the time and emotionally heavy. They want to have fun with you. Playfulness is not about immaturity. It's actually a form of emotional freedom, and a woman who has confidence to just seize the moment, let go of control, let the moment, if I could say, seize her, if that makes sense. I used to be that woman that would so heavily focus on getting things right or having the moment be right or planning for it that it just missed all of the essence and juiciness from it. And I didn't even realize that me trying to plan for something, I thought that was just me being responsible. I did not know that was just my conditioning, my upbringing that made me try to sometimes control situations because I was afraid of losing control. And the more I was able to embody that woman who was in her full playfulness, who could smile, who could just, be in the moment and not collapse or not shrink and be, as they say, unapologetically yourself, the more I realized life became more fun, and I was surprised how magnetic I became for other men. Unfortunately, a lot of high-achieving women are trained or even celebrated to be so disconnected from their heart, from their pleasure, because they're constantly in work mode or doing mode, and there is no way to unleash playfulness or pleasure if you don't have that unique, intimate relationship cultivated within yourself first. Until you can get comfortable with being expressive, sharing your pleasures, your playfulness, if you can't do that with yourself, there's no way that you will be able to feel that safety or that confidence to exude that level of energy to the rest of the world. And so this is another reason why you have to do the inner work to experience that level of pleasure, connection to your heart, your emotions, to be able to speak out your desires, to express yourself. Otherwise, you will hold back. And when you hold back, ladies, there's no way that you can call in and draw in the type of man that wants to experience the type of woman that you are destined to be, or the type of woman who is longing to finally come out and be free. The fourth point is purity. A woman who is pure, she's not naive, but she has a clear and open heart and eyes. A woman who is emotionally clear and doesn't carry baggage, past resentments, bitterness, that type of woman is refreshing for a man. Masculine men don't want to be with a woman who's constantly obsessed or stuck in past wounds or hurts, or has these fragmented pieces of herself stuck in past experiences, past relationships, where she's harboring resentment and anger against men, or she's bringing in insecurities, or now she's guarded, or she's looking at her man suspiciously because of a mistake that he made. No. A woman who is in her pure essence, she's able to look at a man with maturity, obviously with wisdom and discernment, but she's able to look at a man who she knows she can trust, and she's able to surrender. Every fiber, every part of her being can surrender and trust him. She could see the leadership and the devotion in this man. She could see when this man is rising up to be that king who desires to protect her, his territory, his place, his home. She's able to let go of any disappointments from the past. She's not guarded. She's not suspicious. She sees the good in this man, if he's truly a good man who truly loves you, and she allows him to grow into his leadership. And when she is able to trust this type of man, and it's not because he's never made a mistake. I mean, if he's a man and he's becoming a man, he learns through mistakes, through trial and error, but she's able to celebrate, and she's not stuck and not reminding the past. And think about it, like every day she's able to wake up with a clean heart, clean eyes, clean slate, look at this person. And it's not just this man, it's all of life. She has this level of purity towards life. She's open to new experiences. It's not this entitlement or you owe me type of thing. She is excited for this man to show her the world. You know, my husband says this a lot. Men want to open up a world and show the world to their woman. Men don't want to be with a woman has this attitude of been there, done that. Okay, well, last time you did this, no one wants to be with that. Like I have a child, and I don't even want my child to act like that, right? And that's why we think of children, this innocence, childlike innocence and purity, where the first time you show them something, they're so in awe and grateful for that experience. And ladies, you can cultivate that within. You can bring in fresh eyes, fresh heart into a relationship where you appreciate this man and you're able to experience gratitude and you're flooded with joy and openness. There is nothing like having that level of purity come into a beautiful relationship. And the reason why this stands out for men is because it is rare to find a woman who can carry this level of purity, who's not jaded by life, by experiences, who's able to get to a point where she is not stuck in unforgiveness, but instead she is soft and she is emotionally healed. And that's obviously not to say people don't experience things in life, but we do have so much power to get to a point where, even the Bible says, like, make me clean, give me a pure, clean heart, Lord. So, ladies, let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts? These are some of the things that have changed my life. The more I'm able to step in and embody peace, pleasure, presence, and purity, the more my life continues to become beautiful. First and foremost for myself, but my own husband loves this. The more I deepen into my feminine embodiment, the more it naturally inspires my man to continue to grow into his own masculine identity. I want to encourage you, ladies, the feminine always goes first in relationships. That means she sets the tone and men respond. And so instead of us being disappointed or unhappy about how maybe men are responding to us, I want you to shift that power and put it back to you and recognize that you have so much power to embody the type of woman that you want and to receive that type of response, natural response from a man that you desire. And so if you desire that masculine man, and you are still realizing you are having hurdles where you are stuck in some areas where you don't know why you are blocking that, check out my free training, Activate Your Feminine Charm, down in the link below. And I go into the exact steps that helped me finally break away from the distorted feminine thinking I used to have. Because the truth is, it has nothing to do with this performative femininity. It has nothing to do with us trying to act more feminine. It has everything to do with embodying. And so if you desire to have the masculine type of love that you desire from this man that you desire, check out my training. And as always, don't forget, real love does exist, and it's not about perfect timing. It's all about alignment. So check out my next video. Let me know your thoughts as always, and I hope you loved this video. I'll see you in the next one.